Let's talk about a really powerful idea. What if your biggest dreams aren't just these distant, far-off stars, but something you can actually build, fuel, and launch all by yourself? Today, we're going to break down exactly how you can create your very own rocket of desire.
You know how it is. We all have them. That brilliant idea that pops into your head, that life-changing project you just can't stop thinking about. It always starts as a little spark. Just a simple wish.
But that's the real question, isn't it? How do you take that little spark and turn it into something with enough power to actually take off? It feels like the hardest part, that jump from idea to reality. Well, this idea, it comes from a simple story about a young artist named Leo and his teacher, Alara. And she taught him to completely reframe how he saw his dreams. They weren't distant stars to wish upon. No, they were powerful vehicles he could build and launch himself. She called it a rocket of desire. So, okay, how do you actually build one of these things? We're going to follow Leo's journey, starting right at the foundation of the rocket, which is all about turning that little wish into a clear, powerful, and tangible vision. Now, this is where it gets kind of counterintuitive. In real-world rocketry, you want to be as light as possible. But here, the very first step is to build mass. The source calls this the initial mass, or M0. It's the total potential of your dream, and it's built from pure clarity. The more vivid and detailed your vision is, the more you can see it, feel it, practically taste it, the more real and powerful your rocket becomes. And that was Alara's first big lesson for Leo. His rocket wasn't going to be built with steel and rivets, but with details. He imagined his dream city so clearly that he could almost feel the cobblestones under his feet. So ask yourself this: how clearly can you see your dream? Because that clarity, it isn't just a nice to have. It's literally your launch pad. Okay, so you've built this solid rocket from a crystal clear vision. Awesome. But a rocket just sitting on the launch pad, well, it's not going anywhere, is it? It needs fuel. And in this whole model, the fuel is 100% pure passion. And this right here is a total game changer. The fuel isn't something you go out and buy, it's something you generate from the inside. It's that excitement, that joy, that pure, positive emotion you feel when you think about your project. You can think of it like a signal or a vibration that you're sending out into the world. That energy becomes magnetic, and it starts attracting the right people, the right ideas, and all the opportunities you're going to need for the journey ahead. So how do you actually make more of this fuel? Well, you get intentional about it. You find ways to get genuinely excited. You add new, thrilling details to your vision. You really lean into and focus on that good feeling. For Leo, this created this incredible feedback loop. The better he felt about his art, the more creative ideas just poured in, which of course only made him more passionate. All right, we have a clear vision. Check. We've got the fuel of passion. Check. The next piece we need is the engine. This is the part that converts all that potential, all that energy, into actual forward motion. And what is this engine? It's pure discipline. It's the consistent, focused action you take day in and day out. The source material has this fantastic term for it, borrowed right from rocketry: effective exhaust velocity. It's just a fancy way of measuring how efficiently your actions are turning your fuel into actual thrust. It makes you ask a really important question. Are my daily actions really creating forward motion, or am I just burning through my passion without actually going anywhere? Because your engine, it's constantly fighting against something Alara called invisible gravity. Think about it. On one side, you've got these incredible forces for liftoff: your passion, your discipline, your focus. But on the other side, pulling you down, you've got the forces of gravity: doubt, endless distractions, and discouragement. Your engine has one job and one job only: generate enough thrust to break free from that gravity and finally achieve liftoff. And the power to do that, it's not about waiting around for inspiration to strike. It's about practice. For Leo, this meant drawing the exact same tree dozens of times, long after it stopped being fun or exciting. That steady, disciplined force, especially on the hard days, that's what finally overcomes gravity. So congratulations, your rocket is officially off the ground. It's moving, But now, how do you accelerate? How do you build that unstoppable momentum?
The answer is so interesting. You do it by getting lighter. You know how real rockets shed those massive boosters once the fuel is spent? That reduces their mass and lets them accelerate. Well, you can do the same thing. Every time you finish a project or master a new skill, you've completed a stage. The key is to celebrate that win, really feel it, and then consciously let go of any baggage that was tied to it, like when Leo finally decided to let go of a friend's discouraging words. Every single time you do this, your rocket gets lighter and you start to accelerate.
And this is where the magic of momentum really kicks in. As Leo's rocket started gaining speed, opportunities began finding him. A book on architecture he desperately needed just appeared. A sculptor who completely saw his vision reached out to him out of the blue. So you see, finishing things and letting go of negativity isn't just about cleaning up your mental space. It is a literal strategy for acceleration.
So let's bring this all home. We've designed the rocket, we've fueled it up, we've launched it. But what's the ultimate destination? What is this all really for?
This brings us to the final concept, the final mass of your rocket, and it totally reframes what success even means. Your legacy. It isn't just the thing you create at the very end. No, it's the person you had to become to get there. For Leo, the true masterpiece wasn't the imaginary world he created. It was the creative, disciplined, and resilient artist that he became along the way.
And Alara's final words to Leo just tie this whole thing together perfectly. She said that our desires aren't just passive wishes we make, they are active projects that we have to tend to, like a garden. And if we do that, they will fly. And in flying, they will attract and create the very world that was always meant for us.
So the blueprint is all yours now. The components are clear. Your rocket is sitting there on its launch pad, just humming with potential. There's really only one question left. What are you going to launch?